Welcome back to Ned and Mandy's Adventures in the Mines. Last time they had just completed closing the void and had run like scared little children, which is entirely appropriate behavior, out of the mines to head back to town. So now we've got some upkeep stuff to do. First thing, of course, is that they recover, any of their health and sanity damage, so we'll take care of all that. Then status effect markers, those are all gone now. Then they get their rewards for completing the mission, and because they actually closed the mine, they each get a mine artifact. So we will put the mine artifact cards down here. Mandy gets to go first as always, and she gets a broken statue, +1 lore, and she may hold an additional corruption point before gaining a mutation, which is good for her, because she's sitting on quite a bit of corruption right now. Then we have Ned's got the Orb of Rokal. For each corruption point you currently have, your attacks are +1 damage. And anytime you kill an enemy, take a corruption hit. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. So this may get sold in town. Okay, after that, roll for corruption from Darkstone. So Mandy has 2 Darkstone, so she needs to roll, and she takes a corruption, which brings her to a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Her max corruption is now 7, so she is okay, but just barely. We're going to have to try and heal some. I'm actually running low on corruption tokens. And now Ned, he also takes a corruption, but that's his first. Then the last thing is to reset the grit to 1 each. They actually happen to have 1 each, so no issue there. And just for an update on the other things they're carrying, Ned still has 2 bandages in his side bag, and Mandy has 1 whiskey. So now, as they leave the mine, thankful that that is over, they decide that they are going to head to the next town. So I have gotten the bandits painted up from the frontier town, so that's now been added into this campaign. So normally you would just decide whether you want to go a small, medium, or large town, but to keep this random, 1 and 2 is small, 3 and 4 is medium, and 5 and 6 is large. And that will also determine how many travel hazards there are. 4, so we're going to a medium town, so each hero automatically adds 1 travel hazard. So based on the rules in the frontier town, we have an expanded travel hazard chart. So Mandy will go first. So white are the 10's place, red are the 1's place. So 31. 31 is March of the Lost Army. You hear a thunderous roar from up ahead and pull off to the side of the trail to take cover. Moments later, a massive army of the dead comes into view. Marching in formation, with tattered flags flying and a battery of hell cannons in tow, 1,000-strong lost army passes by with hate in their soulless black eye sockets. Each hero must make a Luck 5 test. If passed, they get 20 experience. If failed, the lost army is alerted to your presence, and the hero must make a run for it, riding as fast as possible to get away. In your haste to escape, the hero loses 1 item of their choice, pulled away by the clawing hands of the spectral cavalry sent to chase them. Alright, so each hero must pass a Luck 5. So let's start with Mandy. Her luck is 3. She passes. And our U.S. Marshal's luck is 3 as well. And of course he doesn't pass. He's going to opt to lose an item, so he's going to toss 1 of his bandages. Won't do the soulless dead any good. And then Mandy gets 20 experience. So that was her hazard. We'll have to add 20 experience to her. She does not have enough to go up in a level. He does, and we will do that before the next adventure. Alright, again, white is the 10s, red are the 1s. 56 for our U.S. Marshals travel hazard. Void Hound attack. A pack of vicious void hounds have been tracking your posse for days and have found the opportunity to strike. Each hero must make a Cunning 5 test to outwit the hounds or a Strength 5 test to overpower them. If passed, gain 25 experience. If failed, you're pulled from your saddle and ravaged by the creatures. Roll a d6 for every clothing item you have, not including your personal item. On a 1 or 2, it is torn apart and destroyed by the savage attack. Okay, a Cunning or a Strength 5. Well, for the saloon girl, she's definitely going with the Cunning. And she passes. And the Marshal will also go Cunning, and he passes. So they each get 25 more experience. And then they go to a middle-sized town. So let me get to that set up, and I will be right back. Now that the board is all set up, the first thing you do before you go to the hotel or the campsite is you do a daily event. So let's draw our first daily event. Town daily event. It's just another day in the frontier in the Wild West. Death and adventure around every corner. No effect. However, if in a specialty town, roll once on the daily event chart for that type of town. Ooh, daily events in the Plague Town are not good. 6. Seen the worst of it. The doctors have found an effective treatment. Heroes in town no longer need to roll for the plague when rolling a 7 on the event chart. So, well, that's good. Sounds very good. Okay. So then, of course, they're going to stay at the hotel because they've gotten beat up so badly everywhere. And Mandy's just going to pay for it all because she has a whole lot more gold than Ned. However, there are 2 items that Ned does not want. So he is going to sell the straight razor for 250 gold and the orb of Rokal for 525. So 775 gold. Ned says, I'll get the hotel next time. Mandy does not have anything she wants to sell. So they've paid their gold in their hotel. They're going to decide what places they want to go to. Mandy is going to the church because she needs to heal some corruption. And I think Ned might go... He can't go to the smuggler's den because he's law. Is it worth going to the mutant quarter? I think he might go to... I could go to the doc's office and buy some more bandages. Or I could go to the Frontier Outpost. I think he's going to go to the Frontier Outpost because he wants to see if there's a bounty. So he'll go to the Frontier Outpost. And then rolling for the daily events. So for the church, Mandy, she gets a 6. Faith to the Forsaken. The preacher's fiery oratory echoes through the mostly empty church. No event. And then for the Frontier Outpost, Mad with Power. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. The lieutenant in command at the outpost has been driven mad, twisted and mutated by the Darkstone. Now he wields his power with a tentacly iron fist and is deploying the soldiers under his command to bring order to the region, starting with this town. Heroes may not train with soldiers for the rest of this town's stay. Also, at the start of each day in town, heroes must now pass an Agility 5 or Cunning 5 test to outmaneuver or outwit the corrupt soldiers. So, alright, so we're going to let Mandy go first, and she wants to banish corruption. So it's a ritual. She's going to pay her 100 in gold, and then she rolls she removes d6 times 2, or d6 minus 2 corruption. Oh, wait a minute. d6 minus 2 corruption. That's not good. If no corruption points are removed, she takes d6 sanity damage, ignoring willpower. Great. Of course, she takes 6 sanity. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was about the worst thing that could happen. So what else might she want to do? I wonder if can she do it? Doesn't say she can't do it again. So she's going to try and banish corruption again and pay another 100. And she should have used her grit. Oh well. Alright, let's try with a red die. Maybe that'll be better. 2. No way. Okay, she's going to use her grit. And still, so... And she takes 3 more sanity. Okay, this has not gone well for her. So she's actually going to use her whiskey now. Might as well use it now. To heal back some of her sanity. 2 more, 2 back. Alright. Well, that's it for her. Alright, Ned at the Frontier Outpost, he is going to check on bounty. A 3. Hellbats. 25 for each hellbat killed. I have to write that down for the bounty. Then he is going to... What can he get or do? You know what? He's just going to sell his dark stone, his 1 dark stone, for 100. So he sold his dark stone for 100. And that's all he's going to do. So that is the end of this day. So now we've got to roll to see if there's an event. And of course there's an event. Could I do... Okay. Daily events. 5. Dire Strain. When rolling on the plague chart, heroes must now subtract 1 from their roll. Okay, but no longer we don't have to roll on that anymore, so that ends up being a nothing. Okay, we're going to go back into the hotel. Ned will pay this time, and Mandy's going to go back to the church, and Ned is going to go to the general store. So on the church events, 8. Again, no event. On the general store, a 10. Fire sale. The shelves are fully stocked, but it's practically a ghost town out there. All purchase prices are reduced by $50. So, alright. So we'll start with Ned, because he needs to buy some stuff. So, whiskey is 50 each. He's going to buy 2 whiskey. But it's to a minimum of 25, so that's still going to cost him 50. That 50 away. He's going to buy... I think he's going to buy a dynamite for 150. And then he's going to buy 2 bandages. He's got 1, 2, 3 things already. He's going to buy the dynamite for 150. Because we have no dynamite. That'll just be fun. And he is going to buy 1 more bandage, so that's for 25. And that's all he can do there today. That's the general store. Mandy's going to try one more time to get rid of some of this corruption. She doesn't want a mutation. So she's going to... How many? 6, okay, so 4. She loses 4. 4 of her corruption. That's good. And then, what else can you do with the church? No, that's all she's really going to do. So that's the end of their day. Oh, I forgot to do the town event. The daily event in this town was no effect, which means roll on the event chart. And it's a 4. It's the end of days. A band of death cult fanatics carrying signs and torches march through town, setting fire to buildings to purge the unclean. Each hero may roll an agility 4 test to help put out the fires. For each 4 rolled, choose a building to protect. Any buildings not protected by the heroes are destroyed in the fire. Alright, agility 4. So, the sheriff does it, and he's going to protect the general store, and then she's going to protect the church that way. So it was, everything else is destroyed. They need to roll to see if there's a town event. There is not, so they are going to leave town. That is the end of this town stay. Before they go, however, before the next adventure, the sheriff is required to go ahead and do his level up from level 1 to level 2, catching up with Mandy. So, first thing he's going to do is he's going to roll for his free upgrade bonus. So, 2d6. He rolls a 5, which for him is +1 strength or +1 agility, and also gain d6 sanity and health. So I think he's going to take, he's going to do the +1 strength to get up to 3, and then he is going to, let's get rid of these, 2. He's taking 1 each. Okay, let me write that down and come back. So now I need to pick his upgrade. Looking at the Marshal's upgrade chart, I think I'm going to go down the bounty hunting lane and start with focus. You no longer need to target adjacent enemies first with ranged attacks, and you get +1 max grit, which will take him to 4 max grit. I like that. Okay. As a recap, they went to town, she healed some corruption but took a lot of sanity damage. Then the whole place basically burned down. So now it's time for Ned and Mandy to decide where they're going next. So first thing I need to do is roll my d20 for what is the base world. Now what I have not done is actually have the frontier town on my roster. So I think right now, instead of Forest of Death, since I have none of the models painted from that, so it would just get kicked off anyway, I'll just make that Frontier Town. So, first thing, an 8. The Mines from Swamps of Death. So now I'm going to roll a d6, whether or not you do a mission out of the book, or whether I pull one of the enemy or expansion missions. So 1 to 4 is from the book. Oh, it's going to be from one of the enemies. So the only models that I have painted up that are either from a mission pack or a deluxe enemy pack that are appropriate to either the mines or to the swamps are the flesh drones, the werewolves, and the vampires. So 1, 2 will be the flesh drones coming from space. 3, 4 will be the feral kin wolfmen, and 5, 6 will be the vampires. So here we go. 5, 6 looks like we're going vampires. I was really hoping for werewolves, but we're going vampires. Alright, so as Ned and Mandy are leaving this mid-sized town that has been destroyed, they hear tale of strange happenings down in the mines, and they're going to go and investigate. So next time, into the mines to fight the vampires.